I mean, really. It's like, what's the worst that can happen? That's the last thing she said. So let's see where we go. We are live. We are live from the IAEM 2024 here in Colorado Springs. We're on the floor. We're EM Media here, but we're with one of the speakers of the EM Vision Talks. Grab your full name if you don't mind. So Christine Ciccatelli.
Yes.
All right. So Christine Ciccatelli, fresh off the stage from EM Vision talking about emergency preparedness and safety. So thank you and welcome. Thank you for coming over and talking to us.
Yes,
Tell us about it.
absolutely. It was really fun. I was really excited to submit and apply for this opportunity to speak. Preparedness is a huge passion of mine. I love teaching preparedness, love doing outreach. It's what I do in my job. And I think there's a lot of value in giving the community an opportunity to see for themselves how strong and resilient they really are. But sometimes we don't give them enough information for them to know that they have a lot of capability on their own. And so we know that we have a duty and a responsibility in our jobs, but there's so much strength and power that comes in connected communities that work really hard together and understand what preparedness is and what safety is to them.
So what really drove you to decide to speak at this conference and put yourself out there in such a, I mean, it's like our TED Talk that we have there. It's pretty big. A lot of people watching, a lot of eyes on you for this. It's pretty great topic. I love preparedness as well. But what made you decide this is the year I'm putting in for this EM Vision? I want to go for it.
I think, well, I'm getting older, and so I'm kind of, I don't care as much about certain things anymore. I'm just like, whatever, what's the worst that can happen?
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
That's a famous last words.
Professionally, I'm AEM, but I do want to move up to CEM, and so there was also that kind of opportunity to get some of that professional development. But also, I am just, as my kids are getting older now, and they're getting ready to move out of the house, and I'm seeing how badly I want them to be successful and how I want them to be safe and recognize their power. And it's just becoming like, I have something I want to say. I want to teach. I want to help people. It's not as much about me, but hopefully saying something that somebody else needs to hear and something that they need to be stronger.
What's the best way to do that than be on a guest on our podcast?
It's true.
Right? Like we're here on the floor
It's
for a
true.
little guest speak, but I think we're going to get you on as a guest to the podcast to talk a little bit more. That's a way to share your voice right
Yes.
there to our bigger audience. But at the same time, being able to jump up on stage and you have to rehearse for it. You got to practice it. It's pretty well timed out.
Yeah.
They're pretty good sticklers. I mean, usually
They
when I give a
are.
presentation, I can round it to about 30 minutes knowing that I got Q&A.
Yeah.
You're like, you got to be done at this time. You got to start this time. You got to practice. You got to get us all the stuff by this time. So how was that experience for you?
It was different. So I'm very used to talking and teaching summits and preparedness classes to kids all the way to adults. It's very interactive. It's a question, it's an answer, it's a conversation. So this was different. I was not used to having to say, okay, nobody's going to ask a question, and you can't find that, they can't say, okay, well, could you go a little bit deeper on this and I had to write it out and say, this is what I'm sticking to, and not deviate from that. But it was good for me. It was again a professional learning experience, and also I had to choose what do I want to say that I really feel can make an impact, can make a difference right now.
Awesome. Yeah. So you're also representing Region 9.
Yes.
Where are you from in Region 9?
I'm from the city of Henderson, which is one of the 4 jurisdictions that makes up the greater Las Vegas area. So I usually tell people I'm just from Las Vegas. It's easier for them because everyone knows where Las Vegas
I think
is.
we need to start saying Henderson for when we want to have conferences in Vegas because they won't let people go to Vegas.
It's true.
You need to say Clark County.
It's true. Henderson is a beautiful place, and we are really trying to be premier and at the forefront of all the things that we do, especially in emergency management. So
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to come talk to us and doing it live, impromptu, from Colorado Springs here at IAEM 2024. I'm definitely going to talk to you about getting you on the podcast. Maybe actually talk a little bit more in detail and actually have some more people to push it out to.
Love it. Wonderful.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Yeah.